Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Mystical Ninja starring Goemon. So before we start on our real adventure, now that we've completed the Ghost Toys Castle, everything should be back to normal in the previous village here. So we're gonna go check in on everybody, see how the kids are doing that we saved. We didn't really see them get saved or anything, but we know we did it, so they should be back hopefully. Otherwise we did something wrong. But I do believe that we did save some children, so we're gonna go on in and visit them. I guess I could just fly there, but now that we're already walking, we'll just walk. And I'll transition with this magical black hole so you guys don't have to watch me go all the way back to the village. Alright, so we're back in Folky Polk here, and as you can hear already, music is now very cheerful, everybody's happy. How you doing, dog? There's John again. Don't let my appearance deceive you. I was the first folk dancing champion, Arf. Yay. Why am I saying something that is not important, Arf? It's like, yeah, nothing I say has any merit to it. Fuditaro has returned. We can once again form a dance pair and dance the night away. You sure like dancing, fella. How you doing? So yeah, the kids are back. I was forced to see this weirdo's dance every single day. Awake or asleep, it was the weirdo dance, weirdo dance, weirdo dance. It's driving me nuts! Jeez. They just had to watch those Peach Mountain guys just dance in front of them all day, every day. My dad was in last year's folk dance championship, where he tried to dance like Jekyll Maxon! Really? Really, game? But it looked more to me like some old rain dance. They make very bizarre references in this translation, I gotta say. I have no idea if that's something he said in the original Japanese, like they randomly made a reference to MJ, but you know. Apparently the dragon was controlled by the bad guys. I myself would love to control the dragon to plant my crops. It's like, I wish I could take control of something just for something remedial and pointless, like farming. Well, I mean, they're a farming village, but you know what I mean. The children have returned and the village is back to normal. This is all because you paid a visit to Goemon Mountain. Yeah, you're welcome, thanks. You're welcome, thanks, I guess. You know, let's keep exploring, see what else people have to say. This is what the children tell me, but there seems to be another castle, the Flakes in the Chigoku region. Arf! Only just Flakes, Peach Mountain Flake game. We were taught a strange dance, a type of folk dance with lots of hip movement. Alright, interesting. I'm finally back! But that weirdo was talking about going to the Chigoku region next for their big plan to stay put. Now the kids in Chigoku region are in trouble. Uh-oh. What is with them trying to kidnap kids? The children have returned the great... So boy, what? Oh, the reward for saving the children? Oh, okay, here goes. I'll give you a big kiss. Anyway. So yeah, Folky Polk's all happy and everything's good again. So the next thing we're actually gonna do is we're gonna leave the village now. I'll talk to a couple more people, why not? I neglected to do this in the last Let's Play I did of this, so may as well do it. Guess what? Ever since I was caught by the Flake gang, I feel the dancer within me in a big way. Wow! Alright. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I know the true identity of that blue dragon. He knows about Koryuta? The true identity? Anybody who knows that can write the answer on a piece of paper and send it to my attention. The first 10 people will receive dragon souvenirs from myself. Just kidding. Okay. I no longer have an excuse to slack off. I mean, I know the kids were gone and all, but I don't think that was any excuse to not do your farm work. You guys still gotta eat. Still gotta be some food going on here. That lady says the same thing she always said. She never changes her dialogue, I don't think. Anyway, so we're gonna head on outside, even though I don't think I even really needed to. We're gonna fly over to Zazen Town, so I'll meet you guys over there, because we're gonna head to the Chigoku region. Alrighty, back in Zazen Town here. Now this isn't actually an obvious thing. I couldn't figure this out for a while. I was practicing before I recorded and trying to figure out what I was doing, and I didn't really think to come back to Zazen Town because I didn't realize the route to Shogoku was through Zazen at all. Anyway, before we continue on, we're actually gonna pick up a safety item for safety, just in case we ever die. There's actually items in here, the plum rice balls. This is basically like a Phoenix Down or whatever, your revive of this video game. And, but yeah, if you die, it will refill your 10 hearts. And then yeah, you can keep going. So that's like your fairy or your whatever, your Phoenix Down, whatever, just your revive of this video game. They're different in everything. And in this case, we eat rice balls after we've died to come back. I guess having a Ebisimaru is definitely a good thing because he's the only one I can imagine who could do that, is eat when he's dead. I mean, if he was about to die, I feel like the last thing he'd want to do is eat, so, you know. Everybody's got their pleasures. So here we are in Bison, Kurishaki, or whatever that said, I didn't quite read it. But before we head to where we're supposed to go, we're actually taking a little bit of a detour. We're gonna try to pick up as many fortune dolls in these areas as we can, just so we don't have to come back or backtrack too much to worry about them later. Some of these areas we end up going through again anyway, but, you know, most of the time, I'd rather just walk through and we'll get them now and then go through later. Mostly, I want to pick them up now because, I want the video to last a little bit longer than, like, 10 minutes. If we were just to do what I need to do, and then come for these later, but I want the video to be a little bit longer than that, so just for the sake of not having to start a dungeon and then suddenly this video is like 30 minutes long, I don't want that to happen. I'm gonna keep it at least over 10 minutes, not much longer. So on this pathway, we gotta use Mini Ebisimaru to actually walk through this little tiny hallway thing going on here, and as you can clearly see, there's a fortune doll waiting for us at the other end here. There's one of the two in this little area here. 2 more, your strength gauge will increase by 1. It just so happens we're about to go pick up another one. Right over here, we just gotta swim on through with the camera janking around and freaking out. So, on top of that gate, this random gate out in the water here for whatever reason. I don't know if this is a thing they actually do in Japan, just make these gates that sit in the water. I don't think they do. I know these gates are like temple gates and use them around temples, but I don't know of any temples that are just in the water. Real life water temples, only in Japan. Oh god, I'm getting pushed under. Good thing we don't have to worry about oxygen at all. Alright, now this is a bit awkward due to the camera angle and this being an N64 platformer, I've slipped off. Alright, one more try here. One more try here. The problem is, I can't really move my camera when I'm on this thing too well. There we go, that was much better landing. I stuck that landing. We're gonna slowly walk over to Fortune Doll so it'll slip off again. There we go. And now we're done in this area, where we're just popping on over to grab these fortune dolls and head on back. Good thing there's all these natural slanted hills, you know, at a complete angle. I know it's an N64 game, but it's just funny sometimes thinking about it. It's like, and this is their world. This is what they see. There's just these slopes out of the water that are perfectly angled. It's perfectly angled. Alright, but we're done in this area. We got the 2 fortune dolls we need, and now we're gonna walk on back and go to where or head towards where we're actually supposed to be going. This direction was completely unnecessary if not for the collectibles. But here we go. At least we get to listen to this good song the whole time. Just one of the most bouncy songs in the game, I think. Just bouncy, traveling music. Nothing gets me more excited to walk many miles than bouncy music. That's why that "But I would walk 300 miles" song was so popular, because it was so bouncy. It made you want to walk. I don't know if that's true for everybody. In fact, I don't even think it's true for me. I'm just saying stuff. Alright, heading over this way, though. Gonna walk on in here. Hopefully I'm heading the right way. I am. We're in Inaba. We're in a random dune. So there's these random kite things. They got butts. Look at that butt. You see his butt? They got butts, man. Just floating around. And then there's these guys in the ground. I like them too because, well, everything does, but just how they explode specifically. Well, he's running away. There he goes, up the mountain, up the hill. They don't want to fight me. They know what's gonna happen. They're just underground. A giant explosion bursting through the sand. Hell of a way to go. Well, the music out here is pretty intense. I suppose it is a desert, and I'm getting lost here. It's pretty easy to kind of lose your way in Inaba because there's just so many hills and stuff, but what we're looking for is actually some water. A nice little place to get a drink out in this god-awful desert, or dunes, whatever. But over here in the water, there's actually several items that are all useful. One of them being a fortune doll, that second being a red thing there. And then over here, of course, some golden dumplings. We are a little bit low on health, so may as well come pick this up. Golden dumplings are always nice. Yum, yum, yum. What could this thing possibly be? What is that? Looks like a battery, and it is! Sasuke's battery, 1 of 2. So we're gonna be getting Sasuke pretty soon here, and yet another fortune doll. Hopefully that battery still works for him, because I mean it was floating in water. At least floating slightly above it, but who knows, maybe something splashed it. Could be dangerous. What if Sasuke blows up when we put that battery in him? That'd be bad news bears right there. Alright, but now we're done in this area, and basically we basically just want to leave. So we just gotta find our way out. Gotta find a doorway somewhere about these freaking kite things. I don't know why they're in the shape of sumo wrestlers. I don't know why they have butts. But, you know, that's them, just floating around doing their thing. In my previous Let's Play of this, I believe I mentioned, like, I don't even know if they attack you. They do. They just do it in the way that they do everything. Lazily, slowly float towards you, and then touch you. They don't even do a full heart's damage. These kite enemies are just so weird. I don't know. I like that these paper-like creatures also explode. It's fantastic. Video games, man, I love them. Alright, but back in Izumo. We're gonna head towards like a shrine-ish area. We could just walk straight up this hill, but I'm gonna go look for the path just because the level designers put so much work into making such a beautiful path in this little area. I may as well take the path. But yeah, just a lot of collecting and walking around going on in this video. Lots and lots of walking around. Goemon and the gang are definitely getting their exercise today. The reason I'm keeping Ebisimaru out, actually, is we're gonna need his camera in a moment. So that's the whole reason I've been walking around with him. So here we are. It's like a weird temple area. Izumi Amnesty. This is like a nice little temple-looking thing. Beautifully painted. Has some scratch marks on the pole there. Like, weird details. Anyway, Izumo 2 lake with a large tree. Quite literally. So what we want to do in here is we're going to pull out the camera, because for some reason, this camera reveals Sasuke's other battery. Something interesting about that battery. Sorry, the way he was going down the stairs. Something quite interesting about that battery that I noticed is it's a different color. It's like a different type of battery. I don't know. I was always told that putting 2 different types of batteries in something was not good to do because they can conflict with each other and probably shorten the life or explode. So, again, hopefully we don't blow up Sasuke here. But let's grab this battery. And what we do, cutscene. Electroshine, unite! And he's back!
What the? Isn't that Ebisumaru? What in the world am I doing here?
Hey, that's what I want to know. Your batteries were knocked out of place, and you just froze.
That happened to me?
Well, what happened?
There seems to be a glitch in my memory circuit. I'm having trouble remembering. I must hurry and have my wise old man repair it.
Sasuke, about your wise old man, well, there was an explosion that demolished his whole house, and he's gone missing since, well, with the explosion.
What?
That little pose he does, and the what? It's just too good.
Who would do such a thing?
We believe it had to do with the Peach Mountain guys that we're after.
My wise old man? Really? Like guys with a crazy name like Peach Mountain? I'm gonna crush those Peach Mountain guys. Let me go with you.
I mean, I think we always plan to take you with us regardless. I mean, technically you've been with us for a while. Anyway, and as a result, the mechanical ninja Sasuke joins forces with Goemon. Now with the addition of Sasuke, doors with cracks in them can be destroyed using Sasuke's firecracker bomb. So Sasuke's pretty cool. He has a little kunai, a little bomb, and the coolest thing, he does front flips. Also, he's tiny and adorable, so small that even this, like, foot-high water for everybody else, he has to swim through. Hilarious. Love it. Also, if I remember right, he also has an interesting thing if you crawl around and you attack, he uses his hair. It's weird. Anyway, we're all done in here, and we're actually going to somewhat backtrack again. We're gonna head towards the area right in front of Zazantown because, as the game told us, we can blow up doors. Woohoo! And we're gonna do so we can find the last 2 fortune dolls we need before we get to the end of the video here. Music's just too dang good, man. So Sasuke is another character that has a sharp weapon, so he can cut things in half as well. And I always, like I mentioned before, I like that Yae and Sasuke had weapons that cut things like that. It's just so oddly satisfying. A very satisfying thing that we got going in here. So we just gotta blow up the door. I think it uses Rio to throw that. I don't know. Oh, look at that, a golden fortune doll just sitting right in here. We're gonna get a couple extra hearts before we even get to the next dungeon, temple, castle, whatever they call it. Whatever you want to refer to as in this. I usually call, like, areas in a game that have a bunch of enemies and a boss at the end of dungeon. I think that's just my mentality from Legend of Zelda games or something, but, you know. And, of course, that is a hell of an explosion that firecracker makes, by the way. Damn. That was a big firecracker. We receive 1 more fortune doll. And then we got, like, 3 full hearts, or 3 hearts at the bottom of our main hearts and stuff. Quickly filling that up, which can only mean one thing. You know, if we're collecting all these heart containers, we're almost out of the heart containers, that has to mean the game is getting close. We're getting close. We're probably maybe starting to get towards the midway point at this point. Midway point at this point. I don't know. Sorry. Anyway, bit rusty. I haven't recorded in a while. Repeating myself. I'm back in Izumo. I'm not quite reading the titles. I don't know. I keep forgetting. There's actually a little cafe shop here, so we'll stop on in for a teleportation point as well as just seeing what the people in here have to say. Actually, I have no idea. Let's see. What do you got, buddy? I want to go to the Kyushu to have some noodles. Riveting. Okay. Just giving us his tourist plans. Why do I love electricity? Because it's shocking! I regret coming in here. The electro tube that emits electricity is called batteries. But wait a minute, aren't those used for something?
Yeah, me! Yeah, it's me, Sasuke!
Now that he's back to life, oh geez. Big old ball just hit my screen. So heading into the final area we need to worry about here. We're just traveling. Here's Hoggy. Area we don't really need to do anything with at the moment. We're just passing by. A lot of walking, as I said. Just tons and tons of walking. Unbelievable amounts of walking. Sasuke's a robot. He's not even getting any benefits from this. He's just going. Draining his batteries that are sure to explode. One covered in water, one just at the top of a tree. It's a ghost battery, too. We had to summon it with the camera. Now, if I can, I want to hit one of these kite guys with Sasuke, just because it's hilarious how they die when they get cut in half. There's one. There's a couple that should look good. But this is great. Watch this. This is the best. If I can hit him. There you go. He just gets cut in half and they start flying all turbulent, go crazy, spin out of control and explode. I love it. Sometimes they look even funnier, but I don't know. There's something about those enemies these useless enemies that I love. It's like they go crazy when you cut them in half. They are paper. See, it's too good. Love it. Oh man, what's going on in here? It looks like the end of the road. Or maybe the sign has something to tell us. Ignore that door. For the entrance to Shihodo, turn this corner. Oh look, there's the door. Oh man, that path looked like it was leading right to it, and then it just didn't. Anyway, Shihodo. Very dark cave. Probably hard to see in here. At least the enemies in our character are bright as heck, so we can kind of tell where we're going. Not a lot in here, aside from this music. So many good songs in this game, man. I don't even talk about how good and peaceful the music is in the big tree area. Like, damn. completely forgot. Anyway, we're just gonna blow up this door, and that is the entrance to the next temple, so we're gonna save at this sign here, and we'll continue on next time. So this has been Bluebomberimo. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, have a great day. Hey, thanks again for watching the video. If you enjoyed your time here, be sure to hit the like button. It helps out a lot. If you want to see the next episode, go ahead and click or tap here. If you want the entire playlist for this series, click or tap here. And if you're new here and want to catch my future videos, click or tap on the circular icon here. Alright, remember, you're the bomb.